Joni with Tune In YaYa here, bringing you a new class for our channel. I'm going to get started today by setting the intention for class, which is for women's health. Allow yourself to think about that as we go through class. Some of the poses are meant to open up our abdomen and hips and just to help us feel more relaxed in general. So allow yourself to create that mental intention for yourself as we go through some of the poses. We're going to start in an easy pose. I'm going to tell you to take the left leg and cross it in front of the right. We're going to root down through the sits bones and reach up through the crown of the head, aligning the shoulders over the hips and the ears over the shoulders. If this doesn't feel that comfortable for you in the beginning, don't feel wrong to sit on a pillow or a block or a blanket or a little higher up as we begin to train our body to sit tall. It takes some time for us to really be able to sit here for a longer period of time, especially if it's not something we do that often. So remember, the left leg is crossed in front of the right. We are going to root down through those sits bones, align the shoulders over the hips, the ears over the shoulders, and the crown of the head reaches up. We're gently pressing into the top of the thighs to help create space between the ribs and the hips. Remember, creating space within that abdomen area. We're really rooting down with each exhale through those sits bones, right? We're really reaching up with the inhales to take the crown of the head higher up, as though with each breath we're finding a little bit more length, a little bit more space, a little bit more structure and support. So allow yourself to continue sitting here. We'll take 4 more deep breaths. On that 5th exhale, let your head fall to that left shoulder. Come all the way forward, nice and gentle, all the way around. Inhale, bringing the head back up. Exhale to the right shoulder and forward, all the way around. Inhale, bring the head back up. Grabbing onto the front of those knees, slowly roll it back. This is our cat-cow breath. Taking the tailbone, pushing it towards the heels, letting the shoulders relax. And then we're going to inhale as we pull forward. We're pushing the heart forward. We're drawing the shoulders down and back. We're looking up towards the sky. We're rooting down through the sits bones and pushing them back behind us. Nice space, opening up in the abdomen and the heart center here. Then as you exhale, we roll out. Push those sits bones towards the heels of the feet again. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, roll back. And one more time, inhale, pull forward. Exhale, roll back. Slowly coming back up to that nice tall spine. Take the hands down by the hips. The right arm's going to reach up to the sky, and we're going to reach over to the left. Make sure you're rooting down nice and firm through that right sit bone. Soften that left shoulder. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more deep inhale and exhale. Slowly come all the way back up and draw that right arm down. Send the left arm up now and exhale over to the right. Soften that right shoulder. Root down through that left sit bone. After that 3rd exhale, we'll inhale, slowly come all the way back up, drawing that left hand back down. From here, we'll work towards sitting tall and strong once again, and we're going to practice a breath work here, some breath work. All right, this is alternate nostril breathing, and this is a great breath to practice to bring balance back to the brain, for number 1. It helps to invigorate our prana and to get rid of our energy, invigorate our energy, and to get rid of energy that's stagnant or stale. So be mindful of that, helping to set that intention for yourself as you're going through this breath, just to amplify the effects, right? The right thumb is going to come over that right nostril and We're going to make sure to sit up nice and tall. Inhale through the left nostril. Close off the left nostril, maybe with the middle or the ring finger of that right hand, and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close again with the thumb. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, second cycle. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. 3. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. 4. Inhale. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. And 5. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Bringing the right hand down, allowing yourself to take a few more deep breaths here. Notice how the mind feels. Allowing yourself to feel relaxed, allowing the attention to draw inward. And we will release here. We will switch the cross of the legs, and we'll do that same cycle on the opposite side of the body. This might feel a little bit different for you, or maybe the first one felt a little awkward for you. Be mindful, we typically sit with one leg always in front of the other. We favor one. So it's really challenging for us to recognize and kind of come to center here to kind of bring ourselves back to balance in a different way. Once again, we root down to the sits bones. We align the shoulders over the hips, the ears over the shoulders, the crown of the head's reaching. We're gently pressing into the top of our thighs. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here together. Allow the attention to draw inward, and allow yourself to enjoy the engagement, enjoy the space you're creating, enjoy the support that you have underneath you. As you exhale, grab onto the front of those knees, slowly roll it back. Inhale, pull it forward. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, pull it forward. And one more time, exhale, roll it back. Inhale, pull it forward. And come back to center, right? From here, we'll take those hands down beside the hips. Let the head fall to the left shoulder and forward and all the way around. Paying attention to if you notice any areas of the neck that feel a little extra stiff. Inhale to bring the head back up. Opposite shoulder forward. All the way around. And inhale to bring the head back up. Another great thing to notice there is with the body kind of wants to move with you as you're trying to do that full neck roll, okay? So from here, we're going to come back to that alternate nostril breathing. After we do our side bends, take that left arm up and exhale over to the right. Root down through that left sit bone, soften that right shoulder. Three deep breaths. Exhale. Slowly come back up. Drop that left arm down. Send the right arm up. Exhale over to the left. Rooting down through that right sit bone. Softening that left shoulder. Slowly come back up and drop that right arm down. Here we'll sit tall and strong again as we take that right thumb back to the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Last cycle. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. All right, bringing yourself back to center and just allowing yourself to take 5 more deep breaths here. And after that 5th breath, we'll release. And we're going to lengthen those legs out in front of us. All right. Part of helping to open up space in those hips is learning how to not round our back out when we are working towards trying to touch our toes and things like that. Because notice what happens if I round my back out, I'm closing off the abdomen, right? So when we work towards keeping the back long, we're creating more space, especially in the lower abdomen, to be able to lift up and out of those hips to pull us further forward, which is going to help us find this stretch to be a lot more challenging, but also a lot more invigorating. So be mindful, we're sitting nice and tall here, right? This is our Dandasana. You are welcome to have a block on either side of the body here. That's going to facilitate, and I'll show how shortly. We try to press the hands down into the mat. So if the hands don't reach, this is a great time for you to use those blocks as well. And the hands are gently pressing out away from you. This is going to draw the shoulder blades slightly together and help to expand the chest. We work towards sitting up tall here. So if you find that you're kind of leaning back into it or tucking those sits bones forward, be mindful that, again, sitting on a bolster or a blanket here will be more beneficial for you as you allow yourself and your body that natural time to be able to open up the space. And one of the ways that we're going to be able to open up that space is trying not to force ourselves into places and letting ourselves sacrifice the alignment as we're trying to get there. So taking the hands down by the hips, we're trying to press the palms out slightly. We're rooting down through the sits bones. We're taking the toes, reaching them up towards the sky, and energy in the heels of those feet are gently allowing, like the energy in the feet is like we're trying to separate the feet. We're not really trying to separate the feet. The legs are hip width apart here, but that's going to be the energy that we give, and that's going to help us stabilize those legs a little bit more. All right? Now from here, we reach up through the crown of the head. We get tall. We take 3 more deep breaths. Releasing the hands. Go ahead and send the arms out and up. From here, we're going to take the hands to the blocks. All right. Now the blocks are going to be pulling back towards us. So that's going to be the energy in the blocks. We're trying to pull them back towards us. We are going to take a nice deep inhale as we lift up, get longer through the spine, hinge at the hips, keeping the back long, and then find that space where you feel like you're fixing to give out and you're going to start rounding out the back. Don't let that happen. Stay here. Take the blocks, start pulling them back towards you, and notice how this might give you just a little bit more space, right? Allow yourself to breathe deeply here. 5 deep breaths. Work on building this up. Work on staying grounded. Work on creating space with each inhale and exhale, right? Not pushing yourselves too far, not like feeling pain, but allowing yourself to appreciate the stretch. Feel grounded through the back side of the body or the bottom side of the body, the bottom of those heels, the calves, the glutes. Keep the neck long, the shoulders down. 1 more deep inhale. and exhale. Slowly come back up. And this time you may want to take those blocks and keep them handy because you may want them for our next pose. Our next pose is going to be a Supta Baddha Konasana. This is a supine bound angle. And we are working again to open up the hips and the abdomen area. So the bolster or a blanket or a pillow can go behind you here for added comfort. You don't actually have to have it, but it will help to keep a little bit more space in the abdomen if you decide to go that route. So from here, the blocks would go underneath the back underside of those hips, right, as high up as we can, and then we're going to lay all the way down. So once you get comfortable, you can take the bottom of the feet are pressing towards each other, the knees are splaying out to the side. You don't actually have to have the blocks underneath the knees, but that's going to depend on how they feel, right? Everything about this practice today is nurturing. So we are not trying to force our bodies to be open. We are really working towards staying relaxed as we can still feel the stretch, right? So remember, the bolster does not have to go behind the back either, but you're going to lay all the way back with the bottom of the feet pressing towards each other, the knees splaying out to the side, and then let yourself take 10 deep breaths here. Shake out the body as you need and the head as you need. Allow the belly to rise with each inhale and fall with each exhale. Slowly, when you're ready, you'll begin to close the knees and let them sway from side to side. And we're going to roll over to the right side of our body. Also note that whenever we're holding that pose, you are welcome to pause the video and hold it for up to 5 minutes. I mean, it's a wonderful pose to really help you relax, and it's great to just lay there. So be mindful that just because we only did it for 10 minutes in this class doesn't mean that you can't do it for longer, all right? Coming to the right side body, we're going to practice half bow now. So I'm going to tell you to take that right arm up above the head, right? And if you have a tie or a strap, you might need to use that in here, because what we're going to do is we're going to take our top hand and grab it around the top of that top foot as we bend that top knee into the tush, right? And then there's a couple of different ways that you can do this, right? We remember, we want to be relaxed. We don't want this to be too challenging. We want to just be able to kind of lay here and have it and not wobble. So bend that bottom leg if you need to. If you've lengthened out the leg and you find this really hard to hold, that takes time to bend, to cultivate the balance, to be able to lengthen the leg out and still be able to pull yourself into this half bow, right? So be mindful that you can take that leg a little further in front of you, or you can bend that bottom knee as well. Might make it just a little bit more comfortable. As we're pulling that heel closer towards our tush, right? Remember, that's going to be one of the options. See if you can flex that foot. All right, the next option is going to be pushing the back of that foot towards the space behind you. Again, not letting yourself roll forward or backward, but pushing that foot back to help opening up that hip. Now remember, again, to be mindful of how the body feels. We're not trying to stretch ourselves too far here. We are finding that beautiful, just gentle stretch, nice and relaxing, nurturing. Push that knee further away from you, right? Opening up a little more. And then after that 5th breath, we're going to take that left leg in front of us. We can take a bolster or a big pillow underneath us and just allow yourself to stay here. We're only going to do 5 breaths today, but be mindful that you can do that cycle over and over again, opening up that quadricep and hip and even more, right? All right, we're slowly going to come onto our backs from here. I'm actually going to turn all the way around so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. All right, we're going to come into a bridge pose. All right, so rooting down to the backs of the shoulders, the bottoms of the hands, the bottoms of the feet. To start our bridge, we're going to root down through the back of those shoulders, the back of those hips, the bottom of those hands, and the bottom of those feet. Typically, you're going to want to try to bring those feet closer in towards each other and closer in towards the body. But most people will start about hip width apart and a little bit further away from the body. All right, you're going to root down through the bottom of those feet and squeeze the hips up off the mat. The front of those hips facing the sky or trying to, taking the knees, pushing them further away from you, taking the bottom of the feet and gently trying to pull them back towards you, squeezing the tailbone to the crease of the knees, rooting down through the back of the shoulders. Deep breaths here. On that third exhale, slowly lower the hips down. You can build yourself up to holding this longer. Right? Just be mindful that you want it to also be enjoyable and not too forceful. We don't want to get that breath too heated, right, throughout our practice today, because we are doing a nice nurturing practice. Next, we're going to come into that opposite side bow. So we're going to take that left arm underneath the left ear. Remember, we can bend those knees, grab onto that top foot, and gently pull that foot back towards you. Deep inhale and deep exhale here. Go ahead and bend that front knee down in front of you. Let yourself relax completely here. After that 5th breath, we'll come right back into Savasana to finish out our class today. Oh wait, we'll come right back to our bridge and then Savasana. Slowly roll all the way back. Once more, right? Rooting down, pressing firmly to the back of the shoulders, pressing firmly to the bottom of the feet. Squeeze the hips up. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. 2 more. And slowly lower down. Slowly let the knees sway from side to side. And then we'll work towards lengthening the legs all the way out. Bring the hands down by the hips, palms facing the sky, and shake the body, the hips, the legs, the shoulders, the head. Just allow yourself to relax here. Allow the attention to draw inward as the breath deepens. The belly will rise on each inhale and fall on each exhale. Allow yourself to completely surrender for 10 full breaths. Slowly we'll bring ourselves back, wiggling the fingers, the toes. Rotating the hands clockwise, the feet clockwise, and then switch directions. Bring the knees up and let them sway from side to side. Bring the knees in towards the belly and make little circles in one direction and the other direction. And then we'll roll to the right side of the body, allowing yourself to stay here for a few more breaths. And then you'll slowly begin to bring yourself back into a comfortable seated position. Take your time to get here. We're going to finish our class out with a little bit more nurturing today. As we sit here, I'll ask you to bring those hands together, gather some heat, and then we'll press those hands directly over the face. The first two fingers are going to lift up the arches of the brow, smoothing to the temples. We'll do that 2 more times, lifting the arch of the brow, smoothing to the temples. And 1 more, lifting the arches of the brow and smoothing to the temples. Rubbing the temples clockwise, counterclockwise. Coming down to the base of the throat, all 4 fingers here are going to lift up to the chin. And then we're going to take those first 2 fingers again and come along the jawbone to the base of the ears and down. Back at the base of the throat, lifting up. Along the jawbone, back to the base of the ears, and down. 1 more time, lifting up, along, and down. Okay, from here at the base of the skull, circles to the outside, circles to the inside. Walking the fingertips back on those shoulders, keep those elbows up high, and then gently pull those fingers back forward. Let them graze across those muscles. Reach back, and 2, and 1 more, and 3. Bringing those hands back to heart center. Namaste, and thank you for joining me today.